and make it.
So why don't you do it all at once?
To
Just preserve my body.
That really much.
Yes, I'm
Below has been already centered.
the one below has already been centered. So from here on, let's do this one. And of course, there's a chance that you may trap air underneath it, but you saw how I make sure.
The first one, I've seen somebody do with the first one that shape, and then the next one has got that shape.
Yes.
So it envelops it.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yes, it's perfectly possible.
Did you fill your grooves with water? Is that what I saw, or
No,
no? You
I
sponged
made
them
the
out.
grooves, and then I cleaned them out
Okay.
because you don't need that water there.
Okay.
It's a weak spot. The same thing here. See that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need that slip there. So when I start putting those two together, I'm pressing that out. Do we have another piece of clay?
Oh my.
Okay. Let's be brave.
Have the word invention.
Because it's easier on the body.
Easier on the body to do
To do three.
Never thought of that.
Okay. Did you make me a tongue? No. It's okay. Okay, so watch now again. I'm grooving it. And sometimes I would do it like this, just to make sure, but no water. You don't need water in there. Okay? So there's the point, and I'm pressing it right in that little spot there. And I'm
Look at that.
allowing the wheel to hold me. Get it as smooth as I can for the moment, and then I'm going to do this top part. Bring it up. And this upper part is very uncentered. And guess what? I can feel that I did not wedge it. Yes.
I'm never going to wait for her.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh no.
Can you see what I'm saying? That's a perfect, that's okay. You don't have to apologize, just learn from it.
What do you notice is the difference?
You can feel it.
Your clay particles aren't
Aren't aligned
soaked
in the...
up already, yes. That's the difference.
Well, I noticed you do the I don't know what to call the different wedging, but the non-spiral one.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is that on
kind of
purpose?
like a ram's head.
That's good.
Ram's head. So
Yes. The spiral wedging is basically the same thing. You just need to know which direction the clay is going.
So as long as you pay attention, that's not a wrong thing to do with
No.
the. Okay.
No, it's not wrong.
But she pays attention to how
Yeah. Which way?
and she put it in contact
Yeah.
clockwise.
So should you always knead in the same direction then?
Yes, you want to let the clay particles, if you wedge your clay, the clay particles has already been lined in a direction, which means that it's making it easier for you to center your clay. Okay, where's our lady that wanted me to make the big piece? Rachel?
She's got a camera out.
Okay.
When you say a big thing, like what do you mean? Like a bottle, like
A bottle.
vase,
It's like that big.
something like
15 inches.
Now, how fancy is it going to be if I let this bottle fall? On camera, huh?
I've seen in China they make as big as this.
We learn more from our mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, let me tell you something. We're going to do the Mississippi Clay Conference. A guy by the name of Danny Meisinger. You can go find him on Instagram. He's going to be one of our presenters.
Okay.
And he is throwing pieces where you stand on scaffolds.
Oh really?
Yes.
In one piece. One piece.
He's making one, well, he doesn't throw it all in one piece, but he's
Yes,
making them.
sections.
Yes.
Sections. Yes. That's, yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I'm going
We
to
do that in Montelupe. They have
Yes,
they have a
Yes, that's right. I've
I've
seen
been
them.
twice. You must go if you ever get
Yes.
a chance. In June,
Yes.
last week of
What
June,
is that?
in Montelupe in Italy.
Yeah.
It's not that far
It's
from
near
here.
Florence. just knit.
Yeah, and the whole village are employed in ceramics.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they make pots as big as people.
But they hand
And that is
built
all,
the,
it's all across
with
the
it-
town.
with coils that just come straight out of the machine, and they just do it round and round.
Did you, by going up and down again, do you feel like the center is centered? Because sometimes I feel like I can't get my center centered, but that it takes.
The center wasn't exactly centered,
Okay.
but I'm doing it now.
Okay, and that's what I was wondering. Is that okay to do?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pressing my hand down in there, and I'm going to keep my base rounded because that's what I do. I prefer my bases not to be squarish.
What's your price?
Inside.
The bottom.
Oh, okay.
I don't want my bottom.
Yes, you want it very nice.
I want it nice and round. Okay. So there we are. The piece is swinging a little bit, so let me get it under control. See, it's getting easier. And I want to narrow it up. Watch how my
How
finger went
fast
over the
she
top,
Yeah.
like this.
My God.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw it straight up, more or less in a cylinder, as good as I can. Oh, it's going to be fun to mess this piece up on video.
We'll give you another shot.
Now watch. Look where my elbow is going.
Yeah.
Your tummy elbow and your other. Yeah, okay.
Remember the little arrow on my finger while you were doing the pinch pot? So you want to make sure that this is coming up straight. There's a lot of thick clay at the bottom still. And the straighter you need to go up, the more that elbow needs to go up. Okay?
So when you're in a good spot there, can you show me what you're doing with your hands while they're not in the bottle? Because I know I get a lot of strain when I try to. Are you using your fingertips?
At the
And-
moment, I'm still using the sponge.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of clay still at the base. I'm digging in there, and I'm lifting the clay up. Oops. Start
Okay,
sliding
gotcha.
around.
Okay.
Wow.
And guys, I don't throw bottles every day anymore. It's seldom that I throw them. Because it's just not what I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the piece is getting tall now, and I think it's okay now to use my knuckle. So the piece go around. I admire these guys that's making them just zoop.
Yeah, three.
It looks like they just got it smooth.
I know the Danish guy that throws big pieces. The Danish, I don't know his name.
Arne Ase?
No, he's a very young potter who is very big on Instagram. No. Tortoise.
No, tortoise.
Don't know.
Yeah, tortoise.
Yeah.
Yeah. His actual name is Eric.
Yeah, Eric Landon, yeah.
Okay, my clay is still very thick, but you don't want to thin it out too much because we want to push it out. Okay? So at the place where I am right now, I want to bring this third part. I'm going to bring it in a little bit. The top third. Not too much, but just enough so that I direct the clay in a certain direction. And then I'm going to go back inside the bottle. I think we need a little bit of moisture there. Oh, that base needs just smoothing out. Only I can see it. But I want that to be a little smoother. Right, so from now on, what's going to happen with my hands, at the bottom, the outside hand is going to follow. It's going to trail the inside hand, because the inside hand is going to push the clay out. And then at a certain point, the two is going to change direction with each other. All right, let's see if I can still do that. And there at the upper part, you want to keep it closer by.
Do you ever have to take ones like this and just set them aside and let the clay settle and then come back to them?
If it's needed, I will do that.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not needed. See how my finger went over it as I was coloring the clay.
And if it's wobbling, because it's wobbling, you take the wood stick.
There are people that's doing that,
Okay,
that use
okay.
a throwing stick.
Yeah.
I do not work with a throwing stick. I've never learned to do that. I just throw. And the diva got no mama and no papa. So we work with her as much as we can. The important thing is you need to keep the control here at the top. Because the minute that the piece is going to go too much like this, that's when you're going to lose it. I might need some water on the inside. Well, not water.
But I take the stick outside and push it from the inside, and you stabilize the wobbling.
Or push it over.
No. Oh, oops. I'm an expert in throwing away.
Throwing away.
Well, the same thing happens with this. If I'm using these
That's
two.
right.
It's the very same thing that happens. This time around, since I got that openness, I can do that. See how it's changing it? And you also take a lot of the wet slip out of the way, so the diva don't have a choice. She needs to start performing. But you also see that I took a lot of this upper part out of the way now. Again, guys, I admire people that's got this perfectly straight by the time that it's finished. That's not me. Antoinette many times would, instead of trying to make it perfectly round, I actually prefer it for the spout to be a little bit,
Character.
yes, show us a little bit of one.
Would you cut the spout?
Sometimes I would add a different spout, you know, just add a piece of clay and go on, because I push this clay fairly far out. So what I've often done when I was doing pitfire work is I would just take this, and maybe that's exactly what I need to do right now. Well, actually not, I can completely close it up. And of course, you know, if the piece decided wants to collapse a little bit, you've seen potters putting a little straw in there and they blow the whole piece back up. I've done that. I've done that when I was a little younger. I'm not sure if I would still do that, but the thing is, I think I'm going to leave it just like this, and then I will pinch a spout, because that fits my style. Many times I would go ahead and I would make a very narrow, but if I would start doing that now, I'm going to take a lot of extra clay from the bottom to bring it up to create a spout. And I'm not, I mean, I can show you, but do I have to impress you? No. I
Do
think
you
I've done-
create a landing for your spout if you were going to add one?
What do you mean by landing?
Aliens are coming. No. Something, I don't know for sure what style of spout you're talking about, but do you have to think about how it's going to set down?
My personal way that I'm doing it is either I'm doing where you have a distinct line where the spout starts and coming up.
You mean a neck rather than...
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I see.
Or I would make it to where it's just forming one
piece.
elegant piece.
And either way, you don't have to do anything now different
Yes,
to
I'm
prep her.
not going to mess with it now. I will tomorrow. I will work a little more on it, and we'll see if I can get it finished so that we can do something with it. But I think,
Beautiful.
hey, man, if I get that, I'm
I
very.
can't move that mountain of clay. In 3 pieces, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll have to practice.
This is. I think it's